Hi, my name is Shandell Ryan, and I play the character of Benita in the feature film They Live in the Shadows.
I'm Keith Johnson, and I play Walter. Um, Walter is he was a very interesting character.
There's some things that have happened recently that probably to explain them to you, you won't believe me.
Things like what?
Benita, I feel, is this very warm character who is in love with someone who's having a bit of trouble. And you see her do her best to help him, but be a bit conflicted about what she needs and some things that are going on with her.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's got a lot on my mind.
It was a fun, a little bit challenging character to play. That's what drew me to the film. Jerron, the director and writer, when I saw the script, that was the first thing that jumped out was the character. I was already interested in the character. I saw the character on page, even though this genre is like considered like a thriller, horror, but the character, I was like, okay, I like that. I like this character.
Anita, what are you doing here?
I think she's relatable to a lot of women because we give so much and we put ourselves last a lot. So you'll be able to relate to her with that.
The only challenging thing, I guess, would be, you just got to get in the mind state. I actually would like watch a few YouTube videos of PTSD. I didn't want to just try to mimic someone. I just want to simply look at a few interviews and I listened to a couple of guys. I watched the interviews and the stuff they were going through, and so it kind of gave me an idea of like, okay, some of their nervous tics or their habits.
When he's in character, I mean, oh my gosh, he really goes there. So it was easy to draw out the emotion that I needed, but I really had to search deep to pull out like the emotions that she would have because they came from a deep place of hurt and of concern. And so I used him, but then I also just drew on some things that I've experienced in my life that were painful and hurtful. And so that's really how I prepared. Something unique about Benita is there are many parts in the film where she doesn't have a lot of words. And really, what's important during that moment is how she's reacting to what's happening. So you have to pay attention to her emotions and her reactions to understand what she's really saying. Because there are times that she does not say a lot. And that part, that was difficult to pull through and say what I needed to say through my eyes.
When you see this movie, she pretty much she carries it because it's her presence, her she has that strong empathy, and I'm sure audience will relate to. You see this lady, she's going through this thing, dealing with her husband that's clearly not all there, but she carries it through. And some of the best scenes with her not even saying anything at all, but you can see it's just her there. You can see what she was going through, and she was great to work with.
So let's talk about the set. Okay, so this was my very first feature film. It was really my first film, so I was really excited to meet everybody and learn a lot about filming in general. And the set was so cool. Everybody was really laid back. And so it was easy to get out what I needed to get out because there was not a lot of pressure from everyone. And seemed like every day we had a set song, so we were dancing, we were laughing. So They Live in the Shadows is a film that can be enjoyed by pretty much anybody, like especially if you're into thriller or suspense. It's gonna take you on this ride, and it's just gonna take you up, and then you think you know what's happening. You do not know what's happening.
Well, I think the audience is going to have a great time. I think it's an edge of your seat thriller. It's that classic, I guess you can call it the Hitchcockian thriller. It's a great suspense. And the pacing is just smooth. So I've seen it just move so great. And, I had to sit and watch it, and I enjoy it. I think it's a great movie. It's a great classic thriller. And I think you all are going to have a great time watching this.